So today I'm going to show you how to go from 1k all the way to 1,000,000 coins in FC25. If you're new around here and you want to say thank you, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure to check me out on X and of course TikTok. We've got some giveaways coming when we hit 30k and we are ever so close. And as usual guys, if you want some coins to build the rest of your team, well, do you want the best team in FC25? Yeah, baby! Do you want to be able to buy players like this or this and not be stuck with a team like this? Oh! Then you need to head over to skycoach.gg, select the amount of coins or which weekend league boost you'd like, make sure to pop in Pro Recall at checkout and enjoy your new team. Let's talk basics first. The first thing that you're going to want to do if you are looking for coins, really easy, is check out your preview packs. We are going from 1k to 1,000,000. So if you're sat here thinking, well, I've already got 100k, you are going to have to, bear with us. These are the early steps, but don't worry, we're going to get into the higher ranks very quickly. But the basics of it are, you want to check through all the things that you can do for free every day, no matter how many coins you have. I personally, outside of videos, will also check all of these every day, because you might find a hidden gem in one of the silver packs, you may find a really good card in one of the gold packs, and it costs you nothing to just check this first of all. And once you've done that, if you do want to build some coins up to trade, maybe you want 5, 10, 15, 20k, and you don't have anything, or you can't be bothered to do the SBC route of maybe building up with a few smaller SBCs, into your stadium, have a look through your club and see if there's anything you can sell. Me personally, I usually have, or I would have, stuff that I can sell, but I pretty much quick sell all of it as it comes in now. Even the celebrations, I went through these the other day. I've literally just got Think and then the Happy Walk. But you might find that there are some gems in here. Even if you've got 5 celebrations, that's over 1,000 coins, and if they're gold rare, it's over 2,000 coins. Now, what I mentioned before, obviously SBCs, if you can't be bothered to do them, it is the easiest way to make like 40,000 coins if you've got nothing. So first of all, you want to go over to your upgrades. You do your bronze, your silver, and your gold daily upgrade. So that gives you a total, if you can complete all of the daily gold, 110 gold cards, 10 of them being rare. Now, if you can't do all of them, you can use all of the commons you get from the silver and bronze upgrade to do as many as possible. And then you want to use the golds to just do the marquee matchups essentially for free. Even if you have to put a K or 2 in, you'll walk out with about 22k profit. So it costs 10,000 coins to do. It gets you 25k. If you can do it for sort of 2 or 3k, you're making a very decent profit there, 20,000 or more. And that is obviously on the lower end, if you're only getting the bare minimum. If you go over to icons as well, you can use the rares from that daily challenge to do the Born Legend, Rising Star. These are 2k a pop if you quick sell them. If you're going to go ahead and actually get a good card and sell it all, you can get up to 5 to 10k per set. And also you can get promo cards, so you can get some bonkers cards in them too. Now, once you've done all that, the lower end of things does not change. So I'm going to quick fire show you 2 filters that you can use on the lower end to build up, and then we'll go into the higher end stuff. First, an honorable mention, something I really like. You can go through City and United centre backs when 84s have a value. This is a really good one to snipe between these two. The unfortunate thing right now is 84s are at their minimum. So you can see here they're sat at 1.2. But in all fairness, what you can see is they're at 45 minutes, which means 84s are slightly rising up to what they would have been before. Now, all you've got to do, if you're smart, is invest in a load of these on bids at 1.1, which we can do right now. You could pick up 10 of these at 1.1. If they go up to their regular price of their kind of push price after SBCs, you might see these going to 2,000 coins, especially with team of the season coming up. So I would advise it as a good little investment, a long or short term. You might be waiting a couple of weeks, but it'll absolutely come in. Also, once they have had their rise, this is a really good sniping filter too. Your other option in the Serie A, if we go for goalkeepers, you want to go Play Styles Plus and Gold Rare. You've got a nice little filter, which is going to have Sommer and Manyan. That one's always going to work as long as 87s aren't at their minimum, so it's very good at the moment. Now, pushing the budget up a little bit, another no-brainer that will always work for you on your journey to 1,000,000 coins. You want to go Portuguese, Gold Rare, Man City, minimum 10,250, and we are looking at Bernardo Silva. We'll also be looking at Ruben Diaz. Now, of course, these are much cheaper than they have been in previous months, years. So what you're going to need to do is put Playstars Plus on, and you're going to search for these at around 8,000 coins, which is absolutely insane. These are ever so close to their minimum. Obviously, 8,000 coins. The minimum for these is 6.9. So if we go down to 7.9, you can see there's a few there. You've got a 7.6 there. If we're selling them for 8.1 or 8.2, EA tax is obviously 5%. 10% would be 820 coins, so 5% will be 410. So if we go down here by 400 and then the 10, that would be a 90 coin profit. If we go 7.7, that 7.5 is actually a 290 coin profit. So that is one we will absolutely take. So we'll take that one, we'll list that up for 8.2, and that's a easy steal. Now, of course, long term, very, very, very good filter for an investment. And obviously this one is always going to work as long as 88s don't hit their minimum, which I think we are fine for. But you can see a lot of the higher SBCs, why they're so cheap is because of it. Your next step, week in, week out, always going to be informs. No matter when you're checking, there is always going to be either a good investment or a good sniping filter with informs. I mean, we can see them there at 11,000 coins. Very, very easy investment opportunity. Informs always rise. They were literally 15, 16, 17k in the last 2 weeks. They were going up and down every single promo. Right now, there isn't a upgrade available where you really need informs, right? So the thing is, these are worthless to a lot of people. You can get bids in right now for 10,250 on informs. Now look, you're not going to win loads of them. It's better to do the bids on the ones like this one where it's an 84. Make sure you're going for those higher ratings. But the reality is it's going to be very, very easy to pick up a load of these on bid in this period where right now they aren't worth as much. And as soon as they're needed in an 84.7, an 83.14, any of these SBCs, you are going to see a huge rise in the picking up of these, in the price of these. You want to go for 85s if you can. We've got these 10,500s here. It's absolutely worth just banging a few bids on these. Like, I've bidded on over 100k worth of players there. All that's going to happen is they're all going to go to about 14, 15k, and that's a massive win for me. Same with these 84s. I know they'll go up. They're all at minimum. I don't mind keeping them for a little while because it doesn't really matter. I can hold them for as long as I want, and I know they'll go up. You got these girls. I mean, what, 19 seconds, 17 seconds, 16 seconds. I think we're going to win probably all of these. So waited a few seconds and we've pretty much won every single one of these. So all of these, very easy investments. Let's send the ones that we've already won to the transfer list and we'll just wait. And the thing is, I know all of those are going to go up. Now, if you have the capital to invest in a few of these, I'd absolutely say it's worth getting it done because they are going to come back their weight in gold. It's a very, very safe investment. They literally quick sell for pretty much what you're picking them up for. So there's not really any risk and you know informs will go up. And luckily, we've got our current promo being one which is going to absolutely dog the price of a load of crappy heroes and a load of crappy icons, which means we have an opportunity to one, pick up some fodder at a fairly good price and also do some sniping. We've got Al Jabba here. I just need to work out the pricing and make sure that we don't go over on any of these. You've got Mustavi mostly. We've got a few Al Jabbas in there as well. With a quick check on Footbin, we can see Al Jabba goes to 22, Mustavi goes for 21. So realistically, you want to be sniping these guys. If we say both of them sell for around 22, EA tax 10% would be 2.2, half it 1.1. So we go down to there. Obviously there's no cards at that price right now. We've got a 27.50. I mean, he sells for more, so that one's probably the better one to go for. So realistically, if we go 27.50 or lower, obviously a little bit hesitant there, so we did miss it, but Al Jabba at that price would be fine. Dovi obviously being the one who's worth less, you do want to be more careful with your snipes of him, but you can see here right off the bat on this lower end, there's a lot popping up and there will be a lot of people listing these cards because they're a bit annoyed that they got them hacked, you know, an Immortals hero, and it is literally the worst case scenario, which is exactly what's going to happen with the icons as well. When we go over to the icons, you've got Zanetti, Zola, Nedved, Blanc, all worth 20,000 coins. All the cheapest icons that you can possibly have. I mean, if we pop this here to literally 20k, I mean, actually we've got Nedveds as low as 15, so this is more like it. 16,000 coins, 15,750 on both of those. If we go a little bit higher, let's say 17k, you've got an absolute ton of them. He's obviously very, very packable. Everyone can get these icons very, very easily. Obviously they're not the good ones, we know that, but they are available. Now his minimum 12,000, so you've actually got quite a good berth of profit there. Obviously bidding is going to be the way to get these and absolutely get a steal off them. This is for the same for any of the Immortals heroes or icons. Bidding on the lower end, you are going to walk away with a ton. I mean, look, straight off the bat, 11,250. We'll bid that one. We'll bid that one. We'll bid that one. I mean, 15k on Zanetti. Zanetti's worth 31. You got another 15k on Zanetti. Another Blanc there. We've got another 15k Zanetti. Another Blanc there. We've got an Angara, who I can't even say her name. Now, obviously in this section, it's good to have a phone that has the price of these cards. I don't know why anyone would go 17k on Inform right now. It's good to have a phone. Look at how much these are worth. Blanc, we can't go higher really than 16,000 coins. On a Zanetti, we can go up to about 25. All of these at the minute, I mean, oh yeah, I mean, why would you overpay? I mean, he's 33k, so you wouldn't really want that one at this point. You've got all of these going at very, very low prices. What Blanc was the max? Blanc is 18k, so we'll go for I'll take a 16,250. That's the max I'll pay. Okay, so someone's pushed that up to 17. You can get them at 17,500 on a buy now, so we're not going to waste our coins there. We'll push this one up if we can. We'll push this one up if we can as well. I mean, all of these, if we can even just win one of these. Okay, we're in the last few seconds for one of our blancs. Okay, so someone's bidded up above what we really want to pay there. We'll still take a Zanetti at 28. We'll 28.5, we'll take that. 28.750 will do. This one will still push up. Obviously, that one, I hope, yeah, I was gonna say I've overbidded on that one. I'm glad that one got outbidded. This one here, we kind of want. 28.250, that's okay, that's it. That Zanetti's out the window. That Zanetti's out the window. We're praying for the blanc. Angara is worth 33, so we will bid on her as well. What I don't understand with these blancs, there's quite a few people we can see here have overpaid. Obviously, I'll pay up to 16, but that's the max. But why are you paying 17,250 when he's literally snipeable for that? What's the point of bidding war me for a card that is that price? This could be a banger. We've not really focused on the Angara, but come on. I don't know why people are bidding in the last second. It is so jarring. There we have it. We've won our first one. 31k for an Angara. We can sell her for 34. EA tax will be 1,700, so it's about 1,300 we've made there. You've got a Zanetti here, who I am going to put a last bid on because he does go for about 32 to 33. So if we can win it at that price, we are winning. Now, if we have a look along here, a lot of people have paid over the odds for these cards. I don't know why. It doesn't quite make sense to me why you'd want to pay over the odds for a card that you can just go and buy, but a lot of people are doing it. But we will take our Angara, we can get her sold immediately for 34,000. So a nice little profit there. Obviously, spent probably 5 or 6 minutes doing that. We didn't bid on any more. If we'd have bidded on 10, 20, 30 cards, you're probably winning 10 in 30. You know, you can definitely get a good few, but you are going to have to bid in more, a lot of people. And your next step is going from the regular immortals to the better ones. So essentially, you just want to put the minimum to 200k. You got Gerrard, Zanetti, and Zambrotta are the cheapest. So we put minimum at 200k. I don't believe any of the baby ones can be picked up in this bracket, so we're going to pop that there. We'll pop this to, I think Gerrard is going to sit at 280, so we're going to look for a 280. There's nothing there. 290, nothing there. It's because we're on the wrong filter. That's why we want the immortal icons, not the become immortals. Let's have a look. 311. We've got baby Zanetti, which we don't want to see. We've got Angara's normal card, which once again, I assume, yeah, Angara's normal card is 90k. And then we've also got Gerrard, obviously his midfielder card. Now, to get rid of these, there's a couple options. We can just compare price it on the Gerrard. So if we go down here to what would be 290 is where he's kind of sitting. So here, we'd basically just compare price at whatever was on the last number. Now, unfortunately, all of these are above an hour, which means you can't compare price properly. If we go right back instead, what it does mean is we're only looking at Zanetti and Zambrotta. We've got to push it up a little bit, but this will only be the higher versions of those cards. So we've got Zanetti here and Zambrotta would be available as well. So if we compare price here, bear in mind, okay, so that's 30k under, but on Footbin, they're coming up as 400k. So we need to, that would have been a snipe. So think about it, 430, 10% would be 43, half that would be 21,500. So we would have made about 9k off that. So it's very unlucky that we missed it, but it was possible. Now make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and if you need any help, drop a comment.